It struck me this morning that all of the clutter in my house, and I'll admit right now, there's a lot of it, it's time debt. All of that clutter is there because I figured that whatever I needed to do with that piece of stuff, whether it was wash a dish or file a piece of paper or put away a quilt or open some mail, I figured that I would have more time to do it later, and I left it for later. That is exactly the same thing as not having enough money to pay for something, so you put it on a credit card because you think that later on you'll have enough money to pay for it. Now, in some cases, you actually do have the money to pay for it. In some cases, you actually do have the time. But more often than not, you don't have the time tomorrow, because why would you have more time tomorrow if you don't have the time today? So there's another part of this, and I call it the time miser. The thing is, if you're always rushing to get something done, you're not leaving time to do the prep work, or more importantly, you're not leaving time to do the follow-up. Which means, in my case, let's say I cooked dinner, I was in a hurry to go do something else, so I left the dishes in the sink to come back and wash them later. But now the dishes have piled up and it's become its own task. But if I hadn't been a time miser, if I had allotted into my time to have dinner a few minutes at the end to do the cleanup, I wouldn't have the clutter that I then have to go back and deal with. So not being a time miser means factoring in to a task the time that it takes to really complete the task, which means the follow-up, the cleanup, the organizing for the next step. So to sum this up, if you want to get a handle on your clutter, and this is what I'm going to try and do, so I'll report back to you if I actually master this, you need to keep two things in mind. Time is finite. Don't put yourself in a time debt situation by leaving clutter around, and don't be a time miser by not finishing the task and leaving it to finish later. Let's see how that works out.